Good afternoon, Bobcats. This is homework help on Monday, October the 30th. And tonight's homework, if you are in the red or the yellow group, you are working on practice 5-5. If you're looking for homework help for enrichment 5-5, then you will want to tune in to the enrichment video. All right, so basically what we were doing today is we were continuing to divide. We've got a 2-digit divisor here. And unlike Friday's assignment, we have to use compatible numbers and do a little bit of guess and check to help us figure out our answers, okay? All right, so we're going to take the number 37 and we're going to take the number 120 and we're going to round them or change them to compatible numbers to help us figure out how many times 37 goes into 120. So what is 37 close to? That might have something to do with this 12 right here. I know that 37 is pretty close to 40, and I'm going to leave 120 the same because they are compatible numbers with each other. I guess I should actually have this sign like this. 40 and 120 are compatible numbers. Now I know that if my divisor and my dividend both have a 0, I can cancel those out. And 4 goes into 12 3 times. And it has to go in there evenly. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to do 37 times 3 to see if that will get us close to going over 100 or close to 120 without going over. So 7 times 3 is 21. 3 times 3 is 9 plus 2 is 11. And it goes into 120 without going over. So we're going to put our 3 up here. 3 times 37 we just said was 111. And 120 minus 111 is 9. So it is 3 remainder 9. And it would really help if you could circle your answers when you're finished. Okay, I'm going to do number 4 with you. And that's 284 divided by 42. Now, what is 42 close to? What's a compatible number? 40. And then 284, a compatible number that 4 could go into, would be 280. Now, with these zeros here at the end, we can cross those out. You always want to try to get compatible numbers that have these zeros in it, because if you can cancel them out, that makes life so much easier. All right, so how many times does 4 go into 28? Well, it goes in there 7 times. So let's do 42 times that 7, and let's see if that will get us close to 284 without going over. 42 times 7. 2 times 7 is 14. 4 times 7 is 28, plus 1 is 29. So that gave us 294. Now we're very close, we're only 10 away, but we went over. So in the event that you go over, then instead of us saying 7, it goes in there 7 times, we're actually going to take it down 1, and we're going to say it goes in there 6 times. So let's double check. 42 times 6. 2 times 6 is 12. 6 times 4 is 24, plus 1 is 25. And does it go into 284? Yes. All right, so we're going to put our 6 up here. And like we said, 6 times 42 is 252. Now when you subtract those, 4 minus 2 is 2, and 8 minus 5 is 3. 2 minus 2 is 0. So that is our remainder. It is 6 remainder 32. Now let's go over, let's say you wanted to check your work to make sure that this was correct. Here's what you can do. You can take your quotient, the whole number of your quotient, and multiply it by your divisor. So you can do 42 times 6, and we already said, because we have the answer over here, that it was 252. And then if you add that remainder to it, which was 32, if we add that 32, it should give us our dividend of 284. And it did. So when I see that this is 284 and it matches my dividend, then I know that this answer is correct. So that's a great way for you guys to check your work. I'm not going to do 2, 3, 5, and 6, but use these examples to help you. I am going to go over a couple of the word problems down here at the bottom. I want us to go over number 7 because we can actually make number 7 much easier than what I'm thinking some of you may want to. Solomon has $118 and he wants to purchase concert tickets for himself and 5 friends. So first of all, how many people is that? Don't just say that it's 5 people, it's himself and 5 friends. So that means there are a total of 6 people that need tickets. Okay. Now each ticket costs $19. Does he have enough money? What you could do 118 divided by 19 and see if that will give you 6. Or you could just multiply this out and see if that would work. So if he's got 6 people and each ticket costs $19, let's see how much money that's going to cost. 9 times 6 is 54. 1 times 6 is 6, plus 5 is 11. So the total cost is $114. He has 118. Does he have enough money? Yes, he has 114. Yes, he has enough money, and he has $4 left over. You can say it like that. You can say I multiplied 19 times 6. You can say I divided 118 divided by 19. However you want to do that. The last one we're going to do together is number 8. It says, which problem will have the greater quotient? Okay. If a number, you've got 376.0 divided by 93. By the way, this 0.0 means nothing. Okay. I'm going to turn my paper over and we're going to do this 376 together. 376 divided by 93. 93 does not go into 3 or 37, but it will go into the entire number. So I'm going to say it's going to go in there 3 times. Let's see if that'll work. That gives me 279. Let's see if it'll go in there 4 times. Nine times 4 is 36, plus 1 is 37. 372. So it does actually go in there 4 times. And when you subtract it, you have 4 left over. 4 remainder 4. Then it says, which problem will have the greater quotient, the greater answer. So there's our answer to the first one. Let's see what our answer is going to be to this one. So this one says 376 divided by 93.01. Now, we have not done any kind of division with these decimals like this. But what you do need to know is that with this, if you look at your divisors here, if the dividend is divided by a smaller divisor, then it will have a greater quotient. Let me say that again. If the dividend, which is 376, is divided by a smaller divisor, the quotient will be larger. So let's look at the 2 divisors. You have 93 and then you have 93.01. 93.01 is greater than 93. Let's do an example that might be a little bit easier. What's the fact family for 12? You have you can do 12 divided by 4 and 12 divided by 3 if you've got the same dividend here. So what is 12 divided by 4? Well, it's 3. What's 12 divided by 3? It's 4. Here's what happens. If the divisor, if you're using the same dividend, like we have 12 here, and here we had 376. if you use a smaller divisor, and in this case the 3 is smaller, if you use a smaller divisor, then your quotient will be larger, just like it is right here. Sometimes if you just look at a simpler problem, that will help you to understand that a little bit more. So it's not that I'm actually wanting you to do 376 divided by 93.01. No, you just need to recognize that if the divisor is smaller, you're going to get the greater quotient. Okay? Now for questions 9, you're just dividing. And for number 10, you are going to tell me how you figured out that question or that answer to that division problem is incorrect. So look at the answer and it will help you to figure out why it's incorrect. I hope this helped, boys and girls. If you have any questions, you can post a question in the comment section and get your homework done and enjoy this beautiful day. Have a great day.